Yeah. Watch me. Turn a dollar in a dream to a mansion in a million. We was trapping in the buildings, giving back to the children. They said I wasn't shit, they was laughing at a nigga. Had to run the music up and run the bag up on niggas. Took myself on tour, nigga, who city lit. Now I want Grammys, nigga, used to wanna see a brick. Now I want plaques, me and Black Sam matching Maybachs. Black on black, double up, back to back, nigga. Sold out dates in NY, that's a fact. Casanova in the cut, Dave East in the back, shit was packed. Next stop to Cleveland. Real recognize real, I'm hot every season. Please believe it. They fully tapped in, cause nigga back then them shows wasn't packed and my shit wasn't cracking yet. Niggas didn't wanna hear me rap. And bitches didn't wanna hear my tracks, they rather hear some trap. They said my shit was whack. This ain't no look at me now, rap or I told you so. Nigga, I been had the flow, nigga, I know I'm gold. Really diamond, I'm stone. Nip said I'm a blow. Like C4, but you ain't know, so here I go.
Here where I come from, we self-made, come from nothing. Here where I come from, shit don't stop, all or nothing. And that's all I know. Hustle is all I know. Here where I come from, we self-made, come from nothing.
Graduated to a frozen wrist. I met Stone with Net, we sold it quick. Couple hoes to hit, bitch this rolling crip. Running marathons, laughing niggas before they noticed it. Russell told us, watch who you be smoking with. I took a couple losses, then got over it. Trio to 6-0, we pull up, let a clip go. It don't matter the zip code. Smoking, watching baby boy, recipes to crazy O. Prices went up, you wanna book me, gotta pay me more. She try and get with the homies, you better follow where your lady go. Homies dying in the streets, you niggas dying to be on the radio. Money up, God above all, nothing above them. We was the boys in the hood, watching colors. Italian bitches love us. I guess we remind them of the mafia. This Hall of Mafia, presidential, feel like Barack and them. Really took my shit hotter, I'm prophesizing what I can. They couldn't walk in my shoes, I wouldn't give a sock to them. Pick and roll on any op, we get Malone and Stockton them. It's going down like Jock and them. Diddy, since I'm to rock for them. It's authentic, them niggas replicas, they cannot be him. Couple guns on me, shouts to the bouncers, they got me in. Good luck.
Here where I come from, we self-made, come from nothing. Here where I come from, shit don't stop, all or nothing. And that's all I know. Hustle is all I know. Here where I come from, we self-made, come from nothing. Yeah. Here where I come from, we self-made, come from nothing. Here where I come from, shit don't stop, all or nothing. And that's all I know. Hustle is all I know. And that's all I know. Hustle is all I know. And that's all I know. Hustle is all I know. Here where I come from, shit don't stop, all or nothing.
This is A-Game, fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects. This is A-Game, fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support this platform, man. Much love, much love. Much love. I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. If you tuned in right now, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. If you tuned in, man, hit the like button. After you hit the like button, share the show. Hit the share button. Share it wherever you share videos. It's very much appreciated that you share this video. Make sure you share this video. This is your first time here. You're new to this channel. First time watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And last but definitely not least, make sure you financially support the show. Make sure you financially support the show. You can do that by going to CashApp $SheepStaySleepTV. That's CashApp $SheepStaySleepTV is where you can go to financially support the show. Make sure you financially support the show. If you got any questions, any comments, and you want me to acknowledge them, put it through with your super chat and I will post them. All other donation links will be in the chat room. All other donation links will be in the chat room at any time. If you need to know the Cash App name, it is at your top left-hand corner on the screen. Top left-hand corner, $Sheep Stay Sleep TV is where you can go. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries, man. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries. One love to all my madam mercenaries. And we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And I'm your host, man, DS1 Ross. And I appreciate the support. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. Well, y'all see today's show. Y'all see today's show. Fishermen versus fish merchants. Fishermen versus fish merchants. Now, I know y'all probably like, what made me come up with this topic? But if y'all check the link that I left in the description box where it says, here's part one. This is a part two of a stream that I've done, I'm going to say, going on 3 years. If it haven't been 3 years, make sure y'all go check out part one. It's in the description box, called Material Leaders versus Thought Leaders. Material leaders versus thought leaders. That was part one. This is part two, where we're going to discuss the bosses, or the boss mentality, versus the worker and the worker mentality, and how you can distinguish the two. This is why I just didn't say bosses versus workers, because you have to understand behind every position, there's a mindset that comes along with that. You see, so you may have a boss mentality, but you may just be working for somebody right now. Doesn't mean you're not a boss. You see, everyone who may be in the position of a boss or may look like a boss isn't. Give me a second. Give me a second, John. Okay, I'm back. Like I said, some of you guys right now may have the boss mentality, but you have to settle for being a worker because you may not have the resources that you may need to become what you want to become. You see? So this is why I said it's a mentality. You see? This is why, if y'all notice, before the show, I played a bunch of Rick Ross. Why did I play a bunch of Rick Ross? Is because Rick Ross is a boss. Rick Ross is a boss. You know why? Because nobody that has ever signed under Rick Ross or who was representing Rick Ross is broke. Not only are none of his peoples broke, but all of them have something going on business-wise. See, that's what distinguishes a boss. You see? This is why, if you notice, when 50 was beefing with everybody, right? 50 was going to war with everybody. And he waged war on everybody who was rocking with Ja Rule. He basically applied the 48 laws of power, which is crush your enemy entirely and whoever's around him. That's what he was doing. That's why he was bombing on Jadakiss. That's why he was bombing on everybody, Fat Joe and all of those guys. But if you look at G Unit, see, 50 knows how to make money, but 50's not a good boss. See, when it came to the music industry, he was not a good boss. And you know why he wasn't a good boss? Look at G Unit now. See, the problem with a lot of us black men is we think a boss is a dude who got a bunch of money, who people know he has a bunch of money, he dressed nice, he drives a nice car, and he owns some shit. So they think they're a boss. No, you can just simply be an entrepreneur. You cannot be a boss if you don't have employees. If no one works for you, you are not a boss. Okay? If no one works for you, if you don't have a payroll, you are not a boss. Understand this. I don't care how much money you have yourself. That's not indicative of a boss. A boss is one who makes sure everyone eats. Everyone is paid. That is a boss. A boss is not a one-man army who looks better than everyone else. That is not a boss. And that is what you saw with G Unit. None of them dudes right now is eating or still eating because of 50 Cent. All them dudes wanted out of contracts with 50 and all of that shit. That is because they were not being financially taken care of. That is why. You don't hear Meek Mills talking about his contract with Rick Ross. You don't even hear the dudes that is signed to MMG that never came out You never hear them complain about money. You never hear them complain about what Ross didn't do for them, how Ross didn't stand behind them, how Ross didn't participate in their endeavors. You don't hear none of Ross artists saying that, but you hear that over there with 50. You don't hear that with Jay-Z, but you hear that with 50. You notice that? Beans never said he never got paid. Beans' problem was he didn't want to listen. Beans wanted to be a criminal, and that was because he was on drugs. See, Beans admitted all of this later on. It wasn't that Jay-Z didn't want to pay him. It wasn't that he was locked into a shitty contract where he wasn't making money and he could barely feed his family. No, because Jay-Z's a boss. Everyone eats. Everyone eats. You don't never hear Jadakiss and them crying about no money when it comes to D-Block. You see? See, every guy that has money is not a boss. See, some guys are just connects. Let me repeat that. Every man that got some money don't mean he a boss. Some of them are just connects. They're not a boss. They're just a connect. There's just somebody you know to get gain from so you can move on to get to the next level. That's what Puffy is. That's what Diddy. Diddy's not a boss. Diddy just a rich nigga. He not a boss. Because look how he treat his employees. Everyone has bad stories about Puff because Puff is not a boss. Puff grew up with money. See, I'm from New York, so I know. Puff's father was a street dude. He grew up with money. You see? Puff grew up with bread. Puff is not a boss. Puff is a connect. This is why you see dudes who use Puff as a connect. Look at them now. Look at Rick Ross. Look at French Montana. Puff is not a boss. He's a connect. He's a dude, you go in there, you put some work in, you get some work from him, you go and you make your own money. See, everybody's not a boss. See? Everyone's not a boss. See? See, everyone likes to talk about Scarface. Everyone likes to talk about Tony. But what about who Tony worked for? See, that's the boss. That's the boss. And I want to let you guys know that there's a difference between being a fisherman and being a fish merchant. There's a difference from being a boss and being a supervisor. There's a difference from being a boss and being a team leader. There's a difference. You see? Because, see, a lot of times people like to lead teams just so they can have all the shine. But they forget that they only have the shine that they have because of their team. You see? They wouldn't even be recognized the way they are if it wasn't for their team. Their team is what keeps them relevant. See? So you have fishermen and you have people who sell fish. The fisherman is the guy who teaches his team how to fish. The fisherman is Rick Ross. The fish merchant is 50 Cent. The one who just sells fish. But he can't teach nobody how to fish. Look at his team. Who's fishermen around him that came from him? Look at 50's team. Is Lloyd Banks a fisherman? No. Is Tony Yayo a fisherman? No. Is Spider Loke a fisherman? No. Is Hot Rod a fisherman? No. Name me somebody that came from 50 Cent that's a fisherman. That got a whole team of dudes that's eating because of him. Name me one person that came from 50. You can't name me one. You can't name me one because he's not a fisherman. He doesn't teach dudes how to fish. He doesn't teach dudes how to fish. He sells fish. So he fucks with other merchants. You see? He's not a boss. He's not a boss. He's a good businessman. He's not a boss. Because a boss is a fisherman. A boss is the one who's going to show you how to get your own money. While simultaneously, while he's teaching you how to make your own bread, he's feeding you at the same time. Because you working. Because you working. See, that's what fishermen do. See, a fisherman doesn't want to teach somebody their whole life how to fish. They want to teach you and then let you catch your own fish. They don't want to babysit people. They don't want to take the credit for what other people has done. See, that's what 50 does. Whenever you bring up Lloyd Banks and his gripes with 50, all 50 talk about is what he did for him. I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. Nigga, Banks made more money than you ever gave him. The fuck is you talking about? See, if you a boss, you will never regurgitate no shit like that. Because you'll be able to understand what's going on with the people who you dealing with. And this is why people stay away from 50 in the hip-hop industry. That's why he had to leave. Because don't nobody care about him. He's done. Don't nobody want to work with him. Because they saw what he did to G Unit. They saw what he did. Maserati Fox got killed. If 50 creates fishermen, if he was a boss, tell me somebody right now he put on. That's on. And don't need him to eat. Meek Mills don't need Rick Ross to eat. He's his own self-made entity. Gunplay don't need Rick Ross to get a bag. He got his own program. He run his own system. But guess who taught him the game? Ross. Stalley, the one that never came out under Rick Ross. He never was a star. Stalley been getting money independently for years. And Ross let him out the deal and didn't charge him. Let him go, walk away scot-free. Ain't charge him or nothing. Wale is a boss. Wale run that hip-hop R&B type of shit. Wale is that dude. He's that dude. Where Wale come from? MMG. A boss. A fisherman. A fisherman, not a fish salesman, not a fish merchant, not a connect, but a boss. Not a connect, but a boss. Because see, the main concern of a boss is not himself. Let me say that again. The main concern of a boss is not himself. It's his team. See, you don't have to be selfish and greedy when you a boss, because you're already eating. See? But when you want it all for you, you're not a boss. That's not boss. It's not boss-like. This is how 50 cut his legs off in the music industry. This is how Suge Knight cut his legs off in the industry. All that muscle shit, all that trying to, run through the industry. Man, listen, that don't work in business. At some point or another, you're going to have to sit down and do business. Trying to bully your way through the game, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. That's why he had to leave hip-hop and stick with power and stick with TV. And I know some of y'all saying, well, it's more money in that, but he had to switch industries because he can't get no more money out of hip-hop. 50 can't sell a goddamn record. I dare somebody tell me he can. 50 Cent cannot sell music anymore. And you know why he can't sell music anymore? Because he's not a boss. That's why. That's why. That's why. Nobody want to hear his old ass rap. What are you going to talk about? Shout out to Heels In. See, if you a boss, you're supposed to let your team eat. You're supposed to let your team shine. If you a boss, because the boss is the highest position, correct? So if you have reached the pinnacle, why are you still concerned with the affairs of what's going on down bottom? Why you still worrying about that? It's because you're not a fisherman and you haven't taught anyone how to fish. You taught them how to sell fish. See? This is why when people fuck up under people who are not bosses, they always got to come back and ask, well, what do I do now? I did this. What do I do now? They're always looking for a crutch. And some guys want to be a crutch for people. That is not the mentality of a boss. See? The reason for you teaching your team while you feeding your team is so you ain't got to keep teaching them. Now they can feed themselves. See, that is the mentality of a fisherman. See, a merchant is someone who always needs you to come back and patronize them. You always got to come back and buy more shit from them. Because that's what they're in the business of doing. They're only in the business of selling. That's all they're in business for. See? And that is not the mentality of a boss. You know who my mentality is just into saving everything? I mean, selling everything? The little worker on the block. The little worker on the block is the merchant. And what happens when the worker on the block get a big shipment laid in his lap? he start feeling like he the boss. Right? Right? You ain't never had a pound to break down, little homie. You ain't never had a pound to yourself. So now when he come outside and he done fixed up things the way he wanted fixed up, he walking around the block with his nuts hanging. Cause he got a pound. He got a pound to work with. When he used to be Mr. Break down the sacks. I'ma pinch out this bag and put it to this bag and make 5 bags and sell these 5 bags and go back and buy another eighth. And you know, he used to be that guy. But now he got him a little pound. He the boss. Cause now he not breaking down the eighths no more. He's selling eighths. See? You see? He's no longer penny pinching anymore. He got some room to work with. So now he's the boss. So now when he come outside and his homies around, now mind you, when he was breaking down them little eighths, right? Just selling his little dimes aloud, right? When he was struggling and begging people to buy off of him and going half on a bag just to make a sale. But now he done got that pound and his homies like, yo, what up? Yo, you rolling up? What's good? I got half. Nah, nigga, I don't do half. I don't do half, nigga. I'm a boss. Niggas got pounds out here. It's how y'all get your little pound now. Now you don't take shorts. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't do that. Know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with broke niggas. But the broke niggas is the niggas who got you where you are. The broke niggas is the niggas who fed you every day. Remember? The broke niggas is the niggas who made sure you had a sandwich when your ass ain't have nothing. Remember? Remember when you only after you finish penny pinching and you buy something to eat and you done smoked out your pack and all you got is your re-up and you was mad and you didn't know how you was gonna come up and you used to call your homies and sit around your homies like, yo, man, what I'm gonna do, man? Yo, Now you done got your little pound. Now you're shitting on your man. Now your mans is broke. Now you don't hang out with bums. Cause you got $2 over lunch money. Shout out to my nigga Ism. You done got $2 over lunch money. Now everybody broke and they bums. This is not the mentality of a boss. Y'all gotta follow me here. This is not the mentality of a boss. This is the mentality of an impoverished little kid who think they're a boss because they got money. See? You get your little pound to flip and you selling apes now. I don't take no shorts. Nah, I smoke by myself. I don't fuck with niggas. Oh, really? See, this is coming from the mouth of a fish merchant, a seller. He's not a boss. See, the one who put that pound in his lap, He's not even the boss. He's a connect. See, y'all don't understand certain things because y'all haven't been around certain people and y'all haven't done certain things on certain levels. This is why y'all brag and showcase nothing. See? You see? See? See, when the boss come around, he ain't thinking about that little pound. When the fisherman comes, he don't even talk to you. He talks to your connect, the one who gives you the fish. See, you got to understand what a boss is. Tony Montana wasn't a boss. Sosa was the boss. Understand that. See, Tony was just a team leader. He was the leader of his crew. That's why Tony had a connect. Remember, his connect was Frank. I hope y'all keeping up with me. I hope y'all keeping up with me. See, when you're a seller, when you're just a measly seller, you barely get to meet the boss. You know when the boss reach down and pick workers? When they like the worker's personality. When they're intrigued by that worker's character and his work ethic and the things he stand on. See? That's how Cologino, right, was riding around with Sonny. Follow me. How did little old Cologino riding around with a goddamn mafia boss? Little old Cologino. Because he took a liking to Cologino. Because he wanted to teach Cologino how to be a fisherman, how to fish. And the little bit of things he learned from Sonny, he was running his crew. He was running his crew. See? You see? And you know how you knew Sonny was the boss? Because when Sonny died, all of the connects were there. Everyone was there. All the made men. See? He taught Sonny how to stand out from his friends. You're the leader. You're going to lead them. I'm going to teach you. See? Fisherman. A fisherman. Not a fish salesman. Not a seller. But an actual boss. Because a boss just doesn't sell. Nor does he just buy. He also invests. And bosses don't invest in just product, but bosses invest in people. Because what did I say? You're not a boss if you don't have employees. You're not a boss if no one works for you. No one works for you, you're not a boss. You don't have a payroll, you're not a boss. You're not. You see? And what made me come up with this topic is I was watching an interview with Ali from the Saint Lunatics. Because I don't know if y'all know, but lately Him and Nelly been beefing. And this fits right into this topic. Fishermen versus the fish merchant, the salesman. See, Nelly, if I let y'all tell it, Nelly is a boss. Nelly's a fisherman. And he is. But he doesn't have the mentality of a fisherman. See, because if you don't possess the 10 life values, you can never be a fisherman. Let me repeat that. If you do not possess the 10 life values, you can never be a boss. How does this equate to Ali and Nelly's story? Ali did an interview and he basically exposed that he's the guy, the fisherman behind Saint Lunatics. He's the one who started the Saint Lunatics, not Nelly. Not Nelly. Nelly did not start the Saint Lunatics. Ali did. That's the skinny, tall dude with the beard, with the bald head. He started them because he got the game. Peace to the nation, gods and earths. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earths. He got the game from Professor Griff. He left St. Louis because he went to college. He broke it down in the interview. He said his 3 homies, him and his 2 homies, he went to college. His other man went to the military, and his other man went to prison. College led him to being in New York, being with Professor Griff, right? Running all through Harlem. See, if y'all don't know, Nelly is connected to New York through Mace Man, Cuda. Shout out to DJ Cuda. But if you listen to old Mace shit, he always shouting out Cuda. That's who Nelly was signed to. You signed to Cuda. He met Cuda through Ali, the fisherman. And not only that, but Ali was the architect behind everything we saw from Saint Lunatics. He taught them how to rap because he learned how to rap hanging around Professor Griffin. Taught them how to flow, everything. Gave them their names. A lot of y'all wouldn't even notice. A lot of y'all wouldn't even notice. Y'all think Nelly the man. No, Nelly's a rapper. That's all he ever been. And what did he do to his man? To the fisherman? He found a way to backdoor his man out of the contract. Now, I know some of y'all like, well, you know, if he got backdoored out the contract, you know, that's his fault. That's his fault. No. See, suckers say shit like that. See, because if it wasn't for Ali, that nigga wouldn't have never had no contract. See? See why it's important to have the 10 life values? Because then you won't snake your friends. Then you won't turn your back on the people who was there for you. Then when the bag come, you don't start acting funny with the money. if you understand and implement the 10 life value system. See? He flipped on his man, backdoored his man out the contract so he wouldn't have to pay him nothing. Why? Why? Because he wanted to be the boss. But he didn't have the know-how and the mentality. This is why he had to backdoor his man. And this is what a lot of these dudes do. This is what a lot of these dudes do. Because a lot of these dudes can't stand amongst bosses. See, a boss never feels intimidated by another man who's a boss. There's never no intimidation. There's never no threat on what he got going on because you doing what you doing. See, that's not the mindset of a boss. See? See? A boss doesn't cut the throats of the people that's under him or her. But of course, y'all know this channel is dedicated for men, for the upliftment of black men. You see? See, bosses don't do that. Because why am I going to cut your throat when I taught you everything you know? See, if a person decides to do that, that is not a boss. That is a seller. That is a merchant. And maybe because you're selling a lot, he wants to curb how you sell. See, they do this shit in the streets. You keep calling your connect too many times, you keep flipping, and he old jealous ass nigga, cause your girl look better than his. What he do? Yo, I ain't got nothing right now. Had you on hold for a week. That's because he wants you to start spending your money so you could come back short, and then you could need him. See, this is all that 48 laws of power shit niggas run out in the streets, and niggas do it on YouTube. Try to starve you out. That's what they doing right now with me. Don't go to that nigga chat room. Starve him out. He wanna sit here and keep telling the truth about everything. Starve him out, like the industry does. Like the industry does. When they deem you a whistleblower or they deem you crazy, they starve you out. They starve you out. They say you crazy. They say all you here is for is drama. You always starting shit. Right? That's what they say about me. So let's starve them out. Let's starve them out. See? That's how this works. Same shit. Different toilet. See? See? This is what people do. Because they can never be you. See, let me explain something to y'all brothers. Don't ever think because someone is above you material-wise, you know, they may have a little more than you materially. That don't mean that you don't have qualities about you that they don't like. See, because being loyal is priceless. Being loyal is priceless. You see? And that's what a nigga like Nelly, a greedy nigga like Nelly, is gonna find out. And all you greedy niggas, y'all gonna find out that you can't pay for loyalty. Can't pay for that. So you better treat the people that's around you, that love you and that's loyal to you, to treat them well. That's why in the Rick Ross song, Richest Gangster, he said, if your man is loyal, you better give him a raise or you'll end up paying for it. You know what that mean? Nigga, you supposed to reward loyalty. You supposed to reward loyalty. Loyalty is supposed to be rewarded. If I went to war with you, nigga, when the bag come, I'm supposed to get some of that bag, nigga. I went to war with you. See? But what these backdoor slithery ass niggas do, they show you that they ain't nothing but merchants. They ain't nothing but sellers. That's all they are. They ain't never want to be a boss. They don't know what it is to be a boss. See? You see? You gotta reward loyalty. If your man is loyal, you better give him a raise. You'll end up paying for it. You'll end up paying for it. And all these guys, for what they've done, they've paid for it. In the industry, they've paid for it. Why you think Puffy had to turn around? Why you think he gave Jadakiss and them their publishing back? After all them years, he finally gave it back. Karma. Karma. See, when you are a diabolical person, you don't sleep at night. Don't sleep at night. Can't sleep right. Can't rest. Can't rest. Can't rest. Because you know all the debaucherous shit that you're doing just to get money. Just to have something. So you know what Puff do? Puff cleans his karma. You know how he do it? Through the art of philanthropy. I did a video about this. The real reason behind philanthropy. Y'all go check that video out on why the most wicked people give the most back. That's how you clear your karma. That's how you cleanse your karma. That's why they make, let's give to the Church of Latter-day Saints, and let's give to Blue Cross, Red Cross, and let's give to this, and let's give to that, and we gonna give these bikes, and we gonna give this, and we gonna give that. It's not just a tax write-off. See, the tax write-off thing is a talking point us poor people learned about when we got a little smart because we start reading more. They don't do that for only tax write-off purposes. They do it for the spiritual. For the spiritual value in that. There's a spiritual value in giving, in charity. That's why they give it back. And some of the most wicked people give the most. Why do you think they give the most? Why do you think they give the most? Because they've done the most wicked shit. That's why these people go and they donate to this cancer research. St. Luke's, and I want to give this money for this and that and this and that. That's what that's for. It's to cleanse your karma from being a wicked salesman. Like how these Arabs come to the States and sell swine in the black neighborhood. But they'll turn around and call you bro. Bro, you're my bro. You're my bro. You're my bro. But you selling niggas ham. When your God tell you that eating a pig is forbidden, but you selling pig to your people in the name of Allah. So you know what they do? They team up with the single mothers and let the single mothers come in their corner stores and go shopping when they ain't got no more food stamps. That's what they do. They give it away. They're giving away poison, but they give it away. Your kid been eating bacon, egg, and cheese since they've been going to elementary school. Eating pork from a Muslim who's not even supposed to sell swine. They're not supposed to sell pork. They're not supposed to sell cigarettes because there's pork in cigarettes. In case y'all didn't know, there's swine in cigarettes. So if you guard body and you smoking cigarettes, that's non-cipher, God. Because it's in the cigarette. It's in there. Along with a bunch of other shit. You ain't supposed to be selling liquor. They ain't supposed to sell liquor, beer, cigarettes, or pork. Or pork. But you could go right to Ock and get you a piece of ham. Some of them sell pig feet in a jar. Why? Because they're sellers. Salesmen. Half the time, if you go and talk to the boss, the one who run the store, he don't even know that shit be going on. He don't know what be going on. The other day, I was in the supermarket, and I met an older Arab guy. He was shopping. I was talking to him. Come to find out, he owns like 3 or 4 gas stations in different states. But guess what he told me he do every day while owning gas stations? He drive Uber. He's an Uber driver. Met him in a supermarket. He's an Uber driver. So if his employees is doing what they told him not to do, what he told them not to do, you have to understand how that makes the fishermen look. This is why fishermen teach you how to fish. See? A fisherman is not concerned with the affairs of how it's going to be sold. That's what the low-level sellers are for. That's what merchants are for. If I catch the goddamn fish, you gonna sell it. See? See, y'all have to understand the mentality. You have to understand the mentality. And stop thinking because a person possesses a lot of material that makes them somebody of importance. It doesn't. It doesn't. Because that same little young dude who's selling apes now, when he used to break down the eighth, but now he can sell apes because he got a little weight. Of course, he's going to look better. His clothes is going to look nice because he can afford to buy more clothes. He might go grab him a little car because he's making money, because he got a little weight. But he's forgetting he's just a seller. You're still just a seller. You're not even the connect. You just a seller. You're not even the connect. See, you know how they say the middleman? Oh, the middleman, the middleman is the connect. And you might have to go through a couple of connects before you get to the boss. You see? So just because you call your man and, yo, son, I need this, and he come and bring it, that don't mean you work for the boss. You work for the connect. The connect work for the boss. See, y'all got to understand how things work. And y'all have to understand that there's a mentality that comes with this. There's a mentality that comes with it. This is why I did part 1, breaking down what is a thought leader, a fisherman, and what is a material leader, a fish seller, a merchant. See, the guys who really run shit, you don't really see them. And when you do, you don't recognize them. You know why? Because they ain't got on all that expensive shit you got on. See? See, I learned that as a teenager when my dad worked at the U.S. Attorney's Office. When he worked up under the U.S. Attorney. And I got to go and go with him to work and see things and talk to guys. The most powerful men came in with goddamn New Balance on their feet. The prominent men at that company were the men who gave me real game. Who asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? Don't rush. Don't take no shortcuts. Always remain who you are. Always have confidence in yourself. See? See, because the fisherman not only knows how to fish, the tangibles, but he possesses the mentality that come with the skill. That is the intangibles. So not only is he going to teach you how to fish, but he going to teach you how to act once you learn how to fish. He going to teach you how to sell your fish, how to market your fish, what to do with the profits of your selling. See, that's what a fisherman does. He teaches you how to run your own system. After putting you through his. After putting you through his system of learning and cultivating you. So you can be a fisherman. He doesn't have a problem with teaching you how to be a boss. Because that don't stop him from becoming one. Or stop him from sitting on the throne that he's already on. Fishermen are not intimidated by other fishermen. They're not intimidated by other men who possess those same qualities, who possess that same mentality, who possess that drive. They're not afraid of that. They're not intimidated by that. They actually want that. They actually love that. Because guess what that does? If I make more fishermen, guess what that does for me? I could just sit back and collect. See, if you create bosses, right? See, this is why the mob created the commission. So there is no one head. You see? You got to understand how things work. See? So if the guy who made you a fisherman or showed you how to be a fisherman, because he didn't make you into a fisherman, he showed you what to do. Because you already possess the qualities to becoming one. That's why he decided to take you under his wing. See? So a fisherman knows, hey, if I teach this good brother how to be a fisherman, you know, in my latter days, when I'm retired, I done hung my jersey up. Now, all the young fishermen, they're going to come pay homage. They're going to come pay homage. See, this is what the players' balls are about. The players' balls are not about the players and the max coming through just to show off. No, they're there to celebrate each other. And that's what black men have a problem with doing. Whether we got money or whether we broke, we have a problem with celebrating each other. And that's what I always loved about the P's and the Macs. They celebrate each other. When you win Mac of the Year, Player of the Year, whatever award you win, them brothers shower you with love. That's what they do. They ain't trying to cut your goddamn legs off. They not smiting you. They celebrating you because they love you. They want to see you ball. They want to see you shine. And they remember them days when they had to speak life into you. They remember those days. And now they can look at you and be proud. And you can look at them and be proud. See? See, but you can't look at what you helped build and be proud if you a hater. See, it don't cost you nothing to be a hater. It don't cost you nothing to be a hater. You can have all the goddamn money in the world and hate a broke nigga. Why? Because it's just something about him. It's just something about him. See? So that's what the players' balls are about. It's about celebrating. It's about celebrating the fishermen. The fishermen. That's what they're celebrating each other. They all are fishermen. They all taught each other how to fish. That's why you gotta go pay homage to Kenny Red. You gotta go pay homage to the Don, to the Bishop. You gotta pay homage to Fillmore Slim. Because they were the original fishermen. The high priest Seymour, Reverend Seymour. That's why all the young Macs coming up, they gotta pay homage. Because they the ones who laid down the game. So you know how to fish. You don't never see OG Kenny Red and all them hating on the young Max. Smiting the young Max. No, it's their time. Let them shine. Because when they shining, people gonna look at, damn, where that young brother from? Oh, he came up under the tutelage of Kenny Red. So, nigga, you already glorified, nigga. You already glorified, nigga, because you passed the game down. So you ain't gotta, you ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that for what? Because you ain't a player. You ain't a player. You just a seller, nigga. You just a seller. That's all you are. You just a seller. You just a seller, man. Just a seller. See? You just a seller. You're not a fisherman. And this is the problem and the beef that Nelly and one of his best friends had. You had one guy who sold fish, you had another guy who was a fisherman. You had a thought leader versus a material leader. See? And this is the internal war that black men have with each other. That's why I say know your role and play it. That's all you gotta do. Know your role and play it. I got that from an old school black man, or OG. He asked me, young blood, what you think make the world better? This an old school jail dude. Not only is he a jail dude, but he's intelligent. He said, young blood, what you think would make the world better? I said, if we got rid of poverty. He said, nah, that's a good one, but no. What will make the world better is if everybody knew their role and played it. If everybody knew their role in the world, we won't have chaos and disorder. Know your role and play it. You should not be acting outside of the capacity of what you can do. See? Everyone is not a boss. Everyone is not a fisherman. How do you think the fish markets get fish? To sell. So you think when you go to the fish market and buy fish, the person you buying the fish from, you think they actually caught the fish? Then why the hell do they got a man who drives a fish truck, who drives the truck to deliver the fish to the fish markets? See, remember I told y'all how it works. You got the fisherman, right? He's the boss. That's Sosa. Alejandro Sosa. He's the boss. And then you had the connect, right? Which is Frank. He's the connect. He's the fishing market. Then you had a guy who was under Frank who got Tony to work. Those are your vendors. The people you call to tell them when you're out of work, when you're out of fish, right? They call Frank the Connect to see if he can fulfill the order for the store. If he can't, he has to call Sosa. See? But when the boss takes a liking to you, he takes you under his wing and teach you how to become one of him. That's what he was trying to teach Tony. But first he had to prove himself. See? That's how this works. See, I understand how this works. Know how this works. So just because you see a dude, he flossing, he got the bag, he doing this, he doing that, don't make him a boss. Trust me, a lot of these dudes got people who they answer to. And a lot of these guys don't have the mentality of being a boss. They don't. Because if you ever met a boss, you'll know. So shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. Salute to everybody. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share this show. Make sure you share this show. Make sure you donate to the show. Financially support the show. CashApp $SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV is where you can go. CashApp $SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV is where you can go. Or you can simply donate through the super chat. I appreciate it. All other donation links is in the chat room. Y'all financially support the show. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Much love to everybody in the chat box. Much love to everybody who donated, man. Y'all donate, man. Donate to the content. If y'all like real shit, donate to real shit. It's just that simple. So I appreciate this. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Much love to y'all. This is DS1 Ross to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, brothers, we are our own agency. We are our own agency. So hit the link in the description box. Hit the link in the description box for your A game, fellas. Let's get on this A game program. It provides you with energy. It provides you with vitality. It provides you with better focus. It is just a full male solution for us, physically and mentally, fellas. So hit the link in the description box and get your A game. Ladies, V-Day is coming up. This will be a great Valentine's Day gift for your significant other, for your little boo thing, or however you do things. Hit the link in the description box for your A game. At the checkout, where it says promo code, type in Sheep10. You get a discount off your purchase. I appreciate all the love and the support once again. And for everyone who has supported A game, who's already on the A game regimen, and you would like to leave your testimony, email me, dsalliance1@gmail.com. That's dsalliance1@gmail.com is where y'all can go. Actually, I gotta go and, look into my analytics and see who specifically has supported. And what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna just do a Saturday night. When I do my Saturday night lives, like I do, I think I'm going to designate a segment where I allow brothers to come up and give their testimonies about A-Game. I don't know when I'm going to do this, fellas, but y'all stay tuned for that. So if you would like to give your A-Game testimony, email me, dsalliance1@gmail.com. That's dsalliance1@gmail.com. I appreciate the love and the support. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Happy Valentine's Day from all of us